us. So I hope you can hear me well. Okay, we will begin at 11 a.m. sharp, inshallah.
Yes. Welcome.
Okay, shall we begin? It's 11 o'clock now. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all. Thank you for joining us in this session. I hope everyone is well, staying safe and healthy. My name is Syahranah Raqi, and I am a senior librarian working with UTM Library for the past 14 years. So I am currently with Information and Research Service section, and the main priority in our division, is provide support for research and development activities in UTM, especially in publication. We also aim to provide easy access to information and resources, especially to our users. Okay, so today's topic is about where to publish, identifying the right journal for your research. The main objectives for today are number one, identifying index journal.
Awak ketua librarian yang bercakap ni. Awak tak buat ke macam ni dekat student awak?
And avoiding the common pitfalls of predatory publishing. Because we believe that it is very important for researchers to look at a journal that is worthy of your research, because your research is your own artwork, it's your own blood, sweat, and tears. So it is very, very important to ensure that the journal you choose to submit your manuscript is the best journal for your research. Okay, so throughout the session, I will use a couple of journal titles as an example. Okay, I see that you guys can't hear me well, is it?
Yes.
Actually, we can hear you.
Okay, but it's for putus-putus, Antia. Okay,
yeah, but I think some of the people, their mics are on. If they mic them, off, so
okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so ensure that your mic is off. Okay, please mute your mic. Okay, everyone try to mute your mic. Okay. All right, better now? Great. Okay, so let me continue. So throughout this session, I will use a couple of journal titles as examples. Most of these examples are based on our real life experiences from assisting our students and staff. But bear in mind that all these are for educational purposes only. There is absolutely no promotion or marketing stuff going on, okay? All right. Someone said that they can't hear me. Again? Okay, I will just stop my video, okay, so that maybe that is the reason why you can hear me well. All right, okay, begin. With me today, I have one Syahranah Raqi. She will be helping me answering questions in the chat section. Okay, so the session is recorded. The session is recorded and the recording will be shared. Okay. Again, mute your microphone when not being used. Okay. Thank you. Any questions? Just type it into the chat box. Puan Syahada also will share the link for attendance from time to time. So you can fill in your attendance, okay, in the provided link. Okay, so for this session, we will cover 4 main agenda. Number 1 is what is index publication in UTM context. Number 2 is identifying Web of Science index journal. And then we will go to Scopus. And the last one is on how to recognize and avoid predatory publications. Good morning, Puan Nur Azia. Okay, so what is
Good morning.
index publication? Okay, according to Myra, which is my research assessment, it is actually a tool for research university. So according to Myra, index publication is a publication such as journal articles, conference or proceedings papers, research book or book chapters that has been published and is indexed in either Web of Science, Scopus, or ERA. Okay,
The slide is not moving.
the slide is not moving. Okay, all right. I am currently, what is index publication? Okay,
Yes, I can see
It's
it.
the at front page.
it's at front page. I am already at the fourth page.
Yeah, I can see what is index publication. Publication index.
Okay, let me, sorry, I have to continue. Okay, so Web of Science is owned by Clarivate Analytics, okay, while Scopus are owned by Elsevier. So Elsevier is also the publisher that owns Science Direct. And then we have ERA. ERA stands for Excellence Research in Australia by Australia Research Council. So ERA is actually quite exclusive for Australia universities, but we still using it as an indicator or as a reference for index publication. Okay, so for this session, I will focus on Web of Science and Scopus. All right, I repeat, I would only focus on these two databases, which is Web of Science and Scopus. And if you are UTM students, you can access to these online databases through easyproxy.utm.my. You just need to log in with your UTM ID, and then you can use any of the subscribed databases listed in easyproxy. Okay. So let's begin with Web of Science first. Web of Science is a platform consisting of several literature search databases. Okay, in the Web of Science, they have a lot of collections, indexes, and so on. So in today's context, we are referring to Web of Science core collection, which includes Emerging Sources Citation Index, Science Citation Index Expanded, or known as SCIE, Social Sciences Citation Index, SSCI, Arts and Humanities Citation Index, Conference Proceedings, as well as Book Citation Index. So in UTM context, when we talk about, oh, the article or the journal must be indexed in the Web of Science, it must be in any of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 index. So Web of Science core collection, we have SCIE, which is Science Citation Index Expanded. And then we have SSCI, Social Science, HCI. And then below here, we have ESCI, BKCI for books, CPCI for conference. Okay, take a look at this, SCIE and SSCI. So only these two index provide journal impact factor or quartile. This means not all journals listed in Web of Science core collection have impact factor. Okay, not all journals in Web of Science core collection have impact factor. Only journals under these two indexes have impact factor or quartile. So sometimes newly added titles is here, emerging. So emerging do not have any impact factor yet. Conference, no impact factor. Books, no impact factor. So only SCIE and SSCI have journal impact factor as well as quartile. Okay. So what is impact factor? Journal impact factor or JIF. See the trademark word trademark there. So it actually identifies the frequency with which an average article from a journal is cited in a particular year. So basically, impact factor, it shows how many times a journal is being cited in a year. So if the journal is being cited frequently, it is being referred frequently, it shows that it has an impact in that field, okay, in that subject category. So impact factor is published by Journal Citation Report, JCR, and it is published annually. Usually it will publish in July every year. So now it's June, we are still using JCR 2019. So next month, we will use JCR 2020. So all these reports are based on citation data from Web of Science core collection. And Journal Impact Factor, JIF, is proprietary to Clarivate Analytics. I repeat, JIF is the property of Clarivate Analytics, which means if there is any journal claim they have impact factor, you must double check in Web of Science, okay? Because sometimes you would see that a certain journal publisher or maybe from their website, they put all this information, global impact factor or JI factor or universal impact factor and so on. Okay, it is not similar to journal impact factor by Clarivate Analytics. Okay, I will show you later on how you can make sure or you can confirm whether the impact factor comes from Web of Science, okay, or from any other impact factor. Again, all journals with impact factor comes from only from these two indexes, SCIE and SSCI. Okay. All right. So how to find Web of Science index journal? So this is for database number 1. Okay, Web of Science. So there are two methods that you can use. The first method is through MJL or Master Journal List. Okay, Master Journal List is free to all. Okay, you don't need subscription, but you have to register to gain maximum benefit from using this website. Okay, and through Master Journal List, you can browse, search, and explore journal index in the Web of Science. The second method is using the Web of Science core collection database, and this must be you must have subscription. Your university must have subscription in order to access to this database. Let's go to the first one. Okay, so this is our Master Journal List by Web of Science. Okay, again, to get maximum benefit, it is best for you to log in. And if you are already, if you have Publons or Research ID, if I'm not mistaken, you can use the same ID, okay, to log in. So we have here search journals and match manuscript. Okay, I have some example that I have here. Okay, you can search either by the journal title, ISSN, or maybe part of the journal title name. So as for today's example, I'm using Islamic Finance and click search journals. Okay, I'm sharing with you the link, okay, for MGL. Okay. All right, so this is MGL. So journals with Islamic finance, okay, in the description. So we get about 337 journals. Okay, similar to any online databases, on the left side of my screen, you can filter the search result to cater to your needs. Okay, for example, you would only want journal that have impact factor. So when we talk about impact factor, it's either have to be in SCIE or SSCI. Okay. Right. So there is about 124 journals relevant to Islamic finance that have impact factor. Okay. And then you can further refine the search. For example, you want it to be okay. For today's session, I will choose all SCIE, SSCI, and ASCI. Okay, you can also further refine. For example, oh, I would like to know journal from Malaysia. Okay, for example, there you go. So it will further refine your search result, and we now have 12 journals relevant to Islamic finance, which is indexed in either SCIE, SSCI, or ESCI. For more information on the journal, okay, click on the view profile page. So the journal that I chose is Asian Academy of Management Journal of Accounting and Finance. MJL provides the link to journal website, publisher website, and it also provides information how frequent it is being published every year. Okay, and for this journal, it is currently indexed under Emerging Sources Citation Index. Okay, and they also give you option. You can find similar journals to this. Okay? So it is good if, let's say, you can explore MJL, okay, to get list of alternative journals that you can publish in. Another thing that I like about MJL is that when they provide you with the journal website, it is very, 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 very important for you to access to the journal website through the link provided by MJL. Avoid Googling for journal information, because sometimes when you Google the journal title, it might lead you to a fake or pseudo journal. Okay, what I mean by fake journal or pseudo journal, same title, same ISSN, okay, but it is actually a two different website. Okay, so to ensure that you are submitting to the right website, to the right journal, access the website through MJL or Web of Science or Scopus, which I will show you later. So this is one example. Right, so we'll see this is Asian Academy of Management by USM, and these are their details. Okay, penerbit. So anything you can email penerbit@usm.my. Okay, now let's go back here. Okay, besides then searching using the title word, you can search using the journal title, or you can even search using ISSN. I have an example of ISSN here. So this is also another way of searching for the journal. So we have covered search journals. Now let's go to match manuscript. Okay, match manuscript is actually a very, I would say, powerful tool where they can help you to identify journals related to your manuscript. So it's sort of giving you a shortcut, okay, where you can publish. All you need is working title or working abstract. Okay, I have with me some example. Okay, so I have a working title, I have a working abstract. Let's click on Find Journals. And ta-da! So there are about 33 journals that is recommended by MJL, which they think match, okay, or suitable for my articles, for my abstract. So we have scientometrics, generalization for information science technology, and so on. Okay, by using manuscript matcher, at least it guarantees that the journal that you are choosing from is indexed in Web of Science. Okay, so it eliminates one process. We don't have to double check and things like that. So, oh, okay. So these are the suggested journals for my research, and at least I know that these journals are indexed in Web of Science. Okay, for example, Scientometrics, it is indexed in SCIE and SSCI. Okay, this is indexed in ESCI and so on. So it sort of provide you with a shortcut. Okay, next is how you can find journal by using Web of Science core collection. Okay, so if you are UTM students, you can access to our online databases using Easy Proxy. So let's go to Web of Science. Okay. To look for publication or for journal title. Okay, I'm talking about journal title, not article title. So if you're searching for a specific journal title, in WAS, you have to choose publication name. Okay. And just key in the journal title that you have. Okay, for example, here I have Journal of Water Process Engineering. Oops. So this is the search result for Journal of Water Process Engineering. If you want to know more about a particular journal title, okay, once you have searched for the journal title, try to click on Analyze Results. Okay. So what I can interpret from here is that the articles published in this journal, okay, is also it covers 3 subject categories, which is engineering chemical, engineering environmental, as well as water resources. Okay, and the journal has been indexed in Web of Science since 2014. Okay, 2014 to 2021. Most of the articles published in Journal of Water Process Engineering are journal articles, followed by review paper, and so on. And this Journal of Water Process Engineering is popular in, right? So in terms of publication, right? From India, China, Malaysia is the third country that publish most in this journal title. Okay. What about the impact factor and also the quartile for this journal? Click on the title. So for this journal, it is currently, the impact factor for this journal is 3.465, and Q2 in engineering chemical, Q2 in engineering environmental, and Q1 in water resources. So in UTM contact, we will take the highest quartile. So if you publish in this journal, you are considered as successfully published in a Q1 journal. Okay. From Web of Science as well, you can get access to the full text from the publisher. Okay? If the publisher, if we subscribe to the publisher, if the library subscribe to the publisher, you can get access to the full text. Okay, just just click on the article title, and then they usually have this full text from publisher. So it will link you to the publisher that have the full text. Okay. Okay, let me take a look at the chat. Right. Okay. The slides, the recording will be shared, so don't worry about it. As just make sure that you have registered in from the attendance link. Okay, I have here, you mentioned SCIE and SSCIE is index journal. How about ECSI? Is it considered index? Okay, as I mentioned earlier, when we talk about index journal, okay, it is consists of journals from Web of Science, Scopus, and ERA. Okay, and the Web of Science core collection, they have multiple indexes. We have ECSI, SSCI, SCIE, conference, and books. Okay, SCIE, only SCIE and SSCI have impact factor. That's the difference. Okay, only SCIE and SSCI have impact factor. Okay, ECSI is index. All right. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Right. So just now I showed you how to use Web of Science. Okay, now how to look for journal from Scopus. So from Scopus, there are two ways as well. Okay, one is Scopus source from this link, as well as there is this Excel file which you can download later when you get your hands on these slides. This is available for free. Okay, you don't need any subscription to look for a journal being indexed. Okay, and then the method two is via Scopus database itself, where you can browse, search, and explore the articles indexed in Scopus. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one. Okay, so this is for Scopus source. Okay. So if you have if you want to look for a journal that is indexed in Scopus, you can go by subject area. So this is already predetermined by Scopus themselves. So for example, you are in agricultural and biological sciences, okay, or in arts humanities, or whether you are from education and you want to look for a journal that is related to your field. Okay, because I see there's a request on how to find journals related to TVET, okay, education. Let's take a look at education. Okay, so for under education, there is two. Under psychology and social sciences, let's take education. So these are the list of journal titles, okay, indexed in Scopus under education. For Scopus, the highest percentile it is means it is at the top tier, okay, like this one, review of education research, internet and higher education, educational research review, and so on. Just like Web of Science, you can further filter your search by using this function on the left. For example, you only want top 50%, for example, and you only want journal article. Okay, first quartile, second quartile, apply. To know more about this journal, okay, you want to know what is the website for this journal, what are the articles being listed in this journal, okay, just click on the title and it will lead you to source details. So this is review of educational research, okay, the Scopus coverage years, publisher, as well as the source homepage, okay. So it is a very, very, very good idea to access to the journal's website, either from Scopus, and Web of Science using the link provided by them. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going through the chat section. Is SJR site reliable to confirm the article is under Scopus? So if they say that they are indexed in Scopus, check in Scopus. Okay. All right. Is there a manuscript matcher in Scopus? No, Scopus do not have a manuscript matcher. However, Elsevier does. Okay. Elsevier is the owner of Scopus and Science Direct. Okay. So Elsevier have their own manuscript matcher. However, if you use Elsevier manuscript matcher, it does not guarantee that all journal published under Elsevier is indexed in either Scopus or Web of Science. Okay. Could you please provide us with the link for Scopus journals? You can access it from easyproxy.utm.my. Thank you, Puan Syuhada. You can Google for Elsevier Journal Finder. Okay, if you are interested in using Elsevier Journal Finder, try to Google Elsevier Journal Finder. There's no harm trying. It is a good tool as well, okay? So that it can provide some alternative for you. Okay, now let's go back to our slide. Where are we now? Okay, so we have covered Scopus source. Okay, what about searching using Easy Proxy? All right, great. Okay, so just now when we access Scopus source directly, you won't see this option. You won't see search. Okay, you won't see these other options. But when you access via Easy Proxy, you will see brought to you by University Technology Malaysia. So there's a difference. Okay, and then you can search for articles indexed in Scopus. Okay. So when you use this, if you are looking for journal title, you can use source title. Okay. Right. So let's take an example here. Food science and technology. Search. All right. In order for you to use manuscript matcher, you must register. Okay, you must register to MGL. It's free. Don't worry. Where is the result? Okay. You're welcome, Mumuhani. As you can see, if I use this page to search for source title, it will return journals with the word food, science, and technology in it. So it does not necessarily return only on food, science, and technology. Okay, but it's okay. Don't worry about it because we can further refine by source title here. Okay, so as you can see, there are a lot of journals with this keyword in their name. Okay. And that is why I would strongly suggest if you're looking, to confirm that the journal is being indexed in Scopus, use this instead, okay? Sources. Okay, so just like Web of Science, Scopus also allows you to do articles, to search for article that is indexed in Scopus. And if the publisher of the journal is subscribed by UTM, Or if the journal is open access, you can get the full text as well. Okay. So this is one example here. Okay. Document type, source title, abstract, and so on. Okay, I have a question here that asks me by what it means by conference will be listed in Scopus index. Okay. All right. Sometimes conference, okay, in order to get more submission, okay, they might say they might publish in their website that it will be listed in, it will be indexed in Scopus, and so on. To be on the safe side, check the conference name in Scopus to look for previous record. Okay. Because I know that we do receive these kind of questions, saying that but my article, they say that they will index in Scopus, but why it is not in Scopus? Is it considered as index in Scopus? You know, things like that. Okay. For us, for librarian, okay, we will check whether there is past record for the conference, whether the conference has been indexed previously. It was indexed previously. Okay. We have to take a look at the track records. Okay, so conference is a little bit tricky. It is a little bit tricky to check. What is mean by secondary documents in Scopus database? I'm not really sure what do you mean by this. I need more info. Why some journals are not found in Scopus easily, even it is Scopus and has ISSN, but cannot search by ISSN. Okay, for this, usually when students want to confirm with us whether a journal is being indexed or not, we will ask them to give us the full title, to give the ISSN, because there are many reasons why we need this. Okay, what is the website that you receive? Okay, this is to ensure that the journal that they claim index in Scopus is really indexed in Scopus. Okay, sometimes they have similar names, but different ISSN. Same name, same ISSN, different website. Okay. MJ Fast is indexed in Web of Science under ECSI. Malaysian Journal of Fundamental and Applied Sciences is under ECSI, okay, in Web of Science. Okay. So you can go through the slides. I'll show you some example here. So when you search using Scopus source, okay, you can search by title, subject area, publisher, or even ISSN. Okay. And this is the source details, whereby you can get more details on who is the publisher, what is the coverage, and what is the homepage, okay, the journal homepage. Also in Scopus, okay, they have this one function where you can compare sources. You can compare between two journals. I think not two, 10, up to 10 journals. You can compare up to 10 journals. Okay, you can compare up to 10 sources in order for you to decide where you want to publish your manuscript. To use that, yeah, I would suggest to sign in so that you can get the maximum benefit, either from Scopus or even from Web of Science. Let's see. I want to show you compare sources. Okay, let's go on to subject area, completion. Okay, so I just choose randomly. So where is this Scopus sources? Okay. So once you have choose which sources you want to compare, okay, they will provide you this kind of, they call it site score. You can compare by SJR, SNP, or citation and things like that. If you are interested in this lah. So if you are not interested, for example, as long as it is indexed in Scopus, it is fine by you. So there's no need for you to use compare sources anyway. Okay, this is about how you can search for articles from Scopus. This is actually an interesting searching tips if you are using Scopus. Unlike any other databases, when you want to look for an exact search term, okay, you can use this Wrigley bracket. Okay, give it a try. You can also use Boolean operators and so on. So in these slides, which I will share with you later, I have provide also some searching tips that you can use, okay, when you are searching in Web of Science or even in Scopus. And usually we will cover this topic under research method class conducted by our librarian. All right, so this is the document search. All right, I know that most of us, when we use Scopus, we stop at, we stop at, for example, maybe we stop at this. All right. Okay, so there are 13,000 articles related to the topic that I'm looking for. So my search term was pandemic and education. Okay. How can you further interpret this? You can use analyze search results. So by using this, at least it will provide you some ideas on which journal publish most on this topic, okay? Which author, which organization, which affiliation, okay, publish on this topic. And as you can see, pandemic and education, in terms of number of publication, number of document buyer, it really shot up in 2020 and 2021 due to the pandemic that we are facing in. So you see, increase, major increase. Document by source. So all this, you can click further to know more and perhaps could help you in deciding where you want to publish. There is a question here in the chat. Can we identify the quartile based on Simago GR? No. Okay. In UTM context, okay, I repeat, in UTM context, if we talk about impact factor or quartile, it must be based only from one source, which is Web of Science. Any other source is not considered, not to see considered. It is not the same impact factor, it is not the same quartile. Okay, when we talk about impact factor or quartile, it must come from Web of Science. Okay, it must not come from Simago, it must not come from any other sources. Are there any predatory journals that are indexed in WAS or Scopus? I will come to that shortly. Okay. Can you identify? May I know when will the research method class organized by the library will be held next, please, and how to register? Okay, I will share with you our email so that you can email us about it. Okay. How about Jonas and Pasar? All right, Miss Jessica, this will require additional investigation. Okay, we can help you with it. All right, but maybe after the session, right? So you can email us on it. But again, if you want to be sure, make sure that the details that you receive on Jonas is the same as advertised in Web of Science and Scopus. The ISSN is the same, the title is the same, the publisher website is the same. Okay. All right. So the next slide is on. Okay. So this is the last topic for today. Recognizing and avoiding predatory journals. Okay. Are you submitting your research to a trusted journal? Okay. So publishing your research result is the key to advancing your discipline. Okay. So we have this one initiative called Think, Check, Submit. So basically, Think, Check, Submit. This is, I think, it is available from the website, thinkchecksubmit.org, where it sort of encourage everyone to go through these three process first, okay, before you submit your manuscript. So this is a poster that is being done from us. So what is Think? Number one, is it the right journal for your work? So is it related to your subject? Is it related to the objective of your research? And then you check, do you or your colleague know about this journal? Can you easily find and contact the publisher? For point number two, I would say, can you find the publisher through Scopus or Web of Science? Okay, do not Google. Check in Web of Science and Scopus. Check by using the journal title, check using the ISSN. Can you get it? Can you easily get it from either Web of Science or Scopus? Okay. Is the journal clear about the type of peer review it uses? Are articles indexed or archived in dedicated services? Okay. Another way is that you check whether the particular journal had past issues that is indexed in Scopus or Web of Science. Is it clear what fees will be charged? Are guidelines provided for authors? Is the publisher a member of recognized industry initiative? So all these details, okay, you can get it from the journal website and you compare it with Scopus and the Web of Science. If you are sure, if you can say yes to most of it, then you can submit. Right. So we hear a lot about predatory journal. Okay. For your information, we have Predate Regional, we have hijack of fake journal. So Predate Regional is journal suspected of abusing paid open access to extort fees from authors and following significantly flawed editorial practices. So what do they mean by significantly flawed editorial practices? They guarantee that it will be published in 2 weeks' time. Okay, if you submit your article here, it will be published in 2 weeks' time. It will be published in 1 month time. Okay, this shows that who reviewed the article? Who are the editors? Are they superhuman because they can, review the paper quickly and guarantee that it will be published in 2 weeks' time? Okay, so you have to check on this. And sometimes they provide misleading information, such as journals being indexed by Scopus or Web of Science and use fake metrics. Okay. If they claim they are indexed in Web of Science Scopus, again, double check. Okay, double check. And then we have hijack of fake journal. So hijack journals are duplicate of fake websites. Okay. They have the same titles, they have the same ISSN, but however, they are using a different website. So this is hijack of fake journal. Or sometimes the original journal only published as in printed format. So they create this one fake website where they say, oh, this is actually the online format. Okay. Again, double check. Many predatory journals are claiming they are indexed by either Scopus Web of Science with impact factor. So you can check the journal's website thoroughly and compare the details as listed in Web of Science, Scopus, or even my site. If you are interested in publishing journals indexed in my site, so my site is actually a malicious, developed by Malaysian Citation Center. You can use my site as well, okay? Okay, so how you want to ensure the journal that you want to submit is not a predatory, it's not a fake journal or things like that. So you can follow these tips, okay? Because I receive a lot of questions in the chat box. Please check, please check, please check. Okay, we don't have time to check one by one, so perhaps you can try to do it on your own. Number one, search the journal title in Scopus or Web of Science and my site. Number two, visit and compare the journal website using the provided URL. So you compare with a URL from Scopus and websites, as well as the URL that you receive elsewhere, perhaps from Google, okay, or from emails. Okay, check the journal details such as URL, ISSN, current and past publications, whether it match. Okay, the past publication index in Web of Science, does it match with the website? Okay. Avoid searching the journal title in Google as it may lead you to a fake or pseudo journal instead. I will show you an example. So this is the example. Food Science and Technology. It is indexed in the Web of Science as Q3 journal. It is also indexed in Scopus. And as you can see, the ISSN is the same, 0110, okay? The ISSN is the same, publisher is the same. Okay, this is from Web of Science and this is from Scopus. However, the website that we get is different from Scopus and from Google. When I Google, this website appear, I think, among the top 5. Among the top 5. Whereby this one, I think, appears much, I think, later, in second page, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so this is actually the original website. And this can be a little bit misleading. As you can see, the title is the same, Food Science and Technology. But the ISSN is different. So when you want to submit, make sure you are submitting from this website. Do not use this website. Okay, because if you submit in this website, it won't be considered as index publication because we can't search for this article in either Web of Science or Scopus. Okay. Food Science and Technology Journal. The journal that I mentioned just now is 1, 2, 3. Yes, this is it. So there is a case where a student wrongfully submitted the article. So instead of submitting into the one that is being indexed in either Web of Science or Scopus, okay, they submit it here. So it's a waste because this is not indexed. Even though it's listed in Google, but this is not the same journal that is indexed in Web of Science or Scopus. Right. Again, okay, for this one, it's different website but similar title or ISSN. Okay, this is an example that we used earlier this year. Okay, we search for high technology letters. Okay. The first result lead us to this website, while the third result from Scopus, from the source homepage, lead us to this. The one that is being indexed is this one. And this is not the original website. As you can see, they claim impact factor 2.7. Okay, there's a lot of question mark that you can see from this website alone, okay? From the first website, you see, submit your paper, they are using a Gmail at gmail.com. That shouldn't be the case, okay? All right. They must use, a professional email. For example, when we want to publish in UTM, it's a UTM email, USM email, and so on. This is also another example, misleading impact factor or metric. Okay, they advertise it on their website. Impact factor 0.519, info-based, global, so many impact factor. Again, only one impact factor is being recognized in UTM context, which is general impact factor from Web of Science for collection. Okay, they even give you this cert. This is to certify that this journal is in ISI, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Web of Science no longer use ISI. Okay. Right. So this ISI refer to a different type of ISI, International Scientific Index. Same. Okay. If they claim that their journal is indexed whatsoever, double check. Web of Science, Scopus. Okay. Okay. Tips number 2, subject area. Okay. Earlier this year, we made a comparison between subject details as advertised in Scopus and subject as advertised in their website. So as you can see, initially in Scopus, they advertised that this journal cover this subject, pharmacology and biochemistry. However, in their website, suddenly they say in all engineering, sciences, pharmacy, management, social science, and humanities. Okay, so be wary of this as well. And look at the email that they use at yahoo.com. Okay. So, this journal is no longer indexed in Scopus, so don't worry about it. Okay, tips number 3, look at the editorial board. Okay, so this is, we compare one journal with UTM journal. Okay, look at the editors. Properly typed, okay, no typo such as this, okay, this is typo, and then they provide from which university they are. Okay. This is also one tips that you can use, okay, to determine whether a journal or even a book is a predatory or not. Okay, how do they present the information? Are they easily contactable, and so on. Okay, contact details. Public domain, typo, grammatical error. Okay. All this actually is a red flag. And by all means, avoid this kind of journal. Okay, tips number 5 is on frequency. Okay, the example that we use, both of these journals has been discontinued from Scopus. And as you can see, usually journal will say how often they publish each year. Okay. Look at this. In 2019, only 132 documents. And suddenly in 2020, there are 2,000 articles published in this journal. Question number 1. Who do the editing? Who do the review? Right? So there's a red flag there. And this is another example. 2018, 329, 2019, 413, and suddenly in 2020, 100% increase. Again, who do the reviewing? Who do the editing? Okay, so it's a red flag. And tips number 6 is check the archives. So this one, we got it from one of the journals that again has been discontinued from Scopus. Okay, this was taken earlier this year. However, they still say that May, June are under publication process. We visited this website in March this year. And this is the information that they gave. So again, these are also some signs that you can look out for, okay, when you want to publish. All right. So if you have any doubt and need further clarification on the status of a journal, I would strongly encourage you to fill in, you can contact us either by email us or by filling in this form, okay? In this form, we will ask you to provide us with the journal title, ISSN, as well as the website so that we can double check with you. We can double check for you whether the journal is indexed in Scopus or indexed in Web of Science. Okay, so it takes some time to go to the website. Okay, all right. So you can use this. Give us your email, your name, okay? Provide us with the journal name, ISSN, and journal website, and we will get back to you within 3 working days or earlier, okay? The link is provided in this slide. The slide will be shared later after the session, okay? Okay. Alternatively, you might want to take a look into the list of potential predatory journal, okay, known as bill list. I think in the chat box, someone mentioned about bill list. Okay, there's questions. Okay, bill has also a list. Yes, thank you, Dr. Tarmizi. Okay, bill has also a list of potential predatory journal. It can be found here. Yes, you can use this as a guideline. Okay, I would say that you can use this as a guideline. As it say, these lists are by no means are comprehensive and authoritative, but it may be useful, okay, to look for a journal to publish in. Okay, if let's say you see that the journal is has appeared in bill list, double check in Scopus, double check in the Web of Science, double check with us. Okay, no problem with that. Any questions? So email us syahranah@utm.my. And as well as Puan Roshuada Syafiee at utm.my. Okay. All right. So I'm going through the chat box. So most of it has been answered by Puan Roshuada. Okay. Thank you, Puan Roshuada. How about book or chapters in book publication? Can we check for predatory publisher? Okay, I will check back with you. I will ask you these questions. Do you want it to be indexed in Web of Science or in Scopus? If you want the book or chapters to be indexed, might as well you check previous publication from the same publisher. Is it indexed or not? Okay. If we have submitted an article to a predatory journal, can we, can we, so you are asking whether you can resubmit the same article. I would suggest you can't submit. You cannot submit same article, okay? There must be changes that you have to do to your article, all right? And if I'm not mistaken, some journals, they don't accept. If the article has been published elsewhere, they won't accept it in your journal. So be careful with that. All right. You can also reach us from our website as well as Facebook. And we also have Librarian by appointment. Okay, so you can make appointment with me or with Puan Syahada or with any librarian if you have any questions. Usually, we will have Google Meet. Okay, if you make appointment with us. There you go. All right. So I hope that you have benefit from this session. Thank you to everyone for participating. MashaAllah, there are about 419 of you. So I really hope that this session helps you in some ways, okay, to look for resources, to look for journal that you can use when you want to publish. Anything you can email us, inshallah, we will try our best to answer your questions. Okay, I hope you guys have a very good day. Okay, stay healthy, stay safe. Okay. Okay, we will hang around, I think, for 5 more minutes. If you have any questions that you want to ask us in the chat box. Okay, can I get a screenshot of all of you? Just open your camera for a while and we'll have some screenshot. Okay. Okay. All right. Hi, guys. Sorry. Hello. Hi, everyone. So I see here, Prof. Liza Abdul Latif is here with us. Hi, Prof. And I have Maria here. I have sorry, what is Alina. I'm sorry if I don't address you with the correct salutation. Okay. We have Badrul here. We have Nosha Finas, Dira. MashaAllah. It's great to have all of you here. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Thank you for coming. You all look very nice. Everyone look healthy. Everyone look well. You guys gave me the most beautiful smiles today. All right, we are done. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Yeah, I'm still going through the chat box. Great presentation. Thank you. Okay. Do PNZ assist in managing the website list of papers as we register under different names? Okay, Prof. Okay, is this about what we call it? I think I know what you mean. Okay. So you want to ensure that all publication in Web of Science is being affiliated to you. Is that right, Prof? We can help you. Somehow we can assist you in this, but we need further information. I will take note on this, and we will keep in touch later. I hope that is okay with you. Can check the fees need to pay for publication. Okay, publication fees, not even for master journalists, they don't provide the information explicitly. You have to check at the website, at the journal website for that. Okay, don't worry, everyone looks great, with or without makeup, okay? All right. Till then, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.